Good morning. I'm David Combs, Mayor of the City of Rocky Mount, and we are excited to have you all here today. This is always a great day in the City of Rocky Mount. It's our press conference leading up to the Viking Classic that we have here in Rocky Mount. This is the 18th year that we'll be holding this event. It really is a signature event here in Rocky Mount. It's something that started with an idea. I've got to recognize Dr. Mackey in the back with Dr. Mackey and our assistant city manager at that time was Charles Penny, who's now our city manager. It was an idea they had, and 18 years later, we're still doing it, and it's become bigger and better every single year. So it's a great event for the city of Rocky Mount. It's been a great partnership with Elizabeth City State University. We've had some other great schools. We have one coming in this year from Winston-Salem to be a part of this. And so it's really just a great time for the city of Rocky Mount. For those that are not here today but are looking at this on TV at some point in time, we have 8,000 to 10,000 people that come in for this event. It is not just about football, even though there is a football game, right, Coach? But it's about showcasing these schools. It's about higher education. It's about having people be involved in these schools and what they're all about, not just football. So it is a great event. There are always events leading up to the football game, whether it's golf, the quiz bowl, the step show, the bands. And for many of you that come in, tailgating has become almost a sport in itself because there's so many people that come in for the tailgating. So great event. We're glad to have it here in the city of Rocky Mount, and we hope this continues year after year after year. This year, we have some new faces that are with us today, so I want to introduce everybody. Peter Varney, who is our board member for Nash County Tourism Development Authority. Peter used to be one of our assistant city managers here in Rocky Mount. I think he was with the city for about 38 years, 39 years, so 41 years. So he was here a long time, just a few years. Dr. Stacy Jones, who is the new chancellor for Elizabeth City State University. I read her bio before she came up here. She's very well educated. She obviously is a very number-oriented person. If you look at her background in numerical science and technical management from Johns Hopkins University, she's got a doctorate in computer science from George Washington University, and she worked for Northrop Grumman in Maryland, so she has a lot of private industry experience combined with her higher education experience, and I know she's going to do a great job for Elizabeth City State University. We welcome her here. Also, Dr. Elwood Robinson, he's also new at Winston-Salem State University. I think he started in January, maybe. I was telling him earlier I have some connections to Winston-Salem. My son just married a girl from Winston-Salem in July, so we're going to be up there a little bit more than we have been in the past. And my wife was a graduate of Wake Forest, so we do have some connections, and we welcome him here today along with the Rams. So we're glad to have you here in Rocky Mount. And then we have Julia Congleton Bryant, which needs no introduction. She is that kind of cheerleader, chairperson, always looks beautiful, always, and she's done a great job on this event. She calls me probably a month after this one's over, and we start working on the next one, so she is always right on point on all this. Tanya Walker, the athletic director for Winston-Salem State University. See her. We want to welcome her. Thank you. Keena's Bouwer, head coach, Winston-Salem State University. Did I pronounce that close to being right? Thanks. Good. Derek Johnson, who's again new athletic director for the Elizabeth City State University, comes from Riverside City College in Riverside, California. I'm assuming you're from the South and want to get back in this direction? Oh, okay. Well, we're glad to have you back on the East Coast. Before that, he was in Columbia, South Carolina at Johnson's at Benedict University. So we're glad to have him here as well. We also have the coach, Waverly Tiller from Elizabeth City State University. He's always here. He's always got an attitude that they're going to win, and I asked him how he's going to do this year. He said, we're going to do great. So I know that he's going to talk about that in a minute. So, but we are glad to have everyone here today with us, and at this time, I want to call on Peter Varney just to bring you some remarks from the Nash County Tourism Development Authority. So, Peter?
Thank you, Mayor. I'm actually standing in for Robbie Davis. Robbie is a member of the Nash County Board of Commissioners and is chairman of the Nash County Tourism Development Authority, the TDA, as we refer to it in shorthand. Robbie, I think, is on a cruise in Alaska, and I think he said it's the first time he's taken an extended vacation in his career. So it's a vacation that's well deserved. Are there other members of the TDA here? I think Ernestine is here. Are there other members? Ernestine always, every year, eloquently presents a request for funding to the Nash County TDA. And for the time that I've served on the TDA, there's never been any discussion or any questions, and the votes are always unanimous. And so she handles that role more than adequately. I want to talk a little bit about the TDA. Some years ago, the Nash County Board of Commissioners went to the General Assembly here to seek legislation for authority to levy a room tax, a hotel occupancy tax, and to create an authority. And that legislation was approved, and pursuant to that legislation, the county levies a 5% room tax on hotel occupancy here in Rocky Mount. So if you go rent a room for $100, you pay $105. That $5 comes to Nash County. And that money generates about $1.1 million, an amazing amount of money, I think, for what we have taking place here in Rocky Mount. About $450,000 of that money goes to the city of Rocky Mount to help with the payment of debt service for the Imperial Center and the sports complex. And $750,000 stays with the county, and the TDA, the Tourism Development Authority, allocates those funds. And so every year we have allocated funding as a partner in the Down East Viking Football Classic. And it's great to be a part of that partnership. It's a partnership between the university and the city and the county, and it's win-win-win all the way around. As Mayor said, some 10,000 people come for this event every year. And they bring their money and stay in rooms and eat in the restaurants, and that's great, but they also bring, and more importantly, bring a lively community spirit and a healthy dose of community well-being. And so we're always pleased to welcome the Down East Viking Classic and whoever is playing, and this year it's Winston-Salem State University. So greetings on behalf of the Tourism Development Authority, and welcome to all of you. Thanks.
Good morning. Good morning. So it's indeed my honor to greet you as the new Chancellor of Elizabeth City State University. But Mr. Mayor, I want to make a clarification. Of the two chancellors that are in the room, I'm new, but I'm also the more senior chancellor in the University of North Carolina system of the two of us. So as we start to get ready for this kickoff, we're going to put a little position, and remember, this is the Down East Viking Football Classic. Okay. But the Classic is the perfect opportunity to engage our alumni and our friends, and Rocky Mount, of course, is the perfect city. So actually, many of our students, faculty, and staff currently call Rocky Mount home. So for them, this will be a trip home. So Mayor David Combs, we appreciate you and the city officials of Rocky Mount for embracing this concept years ago, and you mentioned this is the 18th time. You continue to welcome the Vikings and supporters, and we look forward to enjoying another year of your hospitality. Mr. Penny, I join the mayor in thanking you and Dr. Mackey, because as I understand it, you all were sitting around a table many, many years ago. You came up with the concept, and you've been working ever since to make each year a better event. Mrs. Bryant, actually we met last year at the Classic. So thank you so very much for what you do to ensure the success of the Classic. Also, I want to mention that Mrs. Bryant is, of course, a product of our wonderful Elizabeth City State University. Mr. Davis, Chairman of the TDA, thank you for investing in Elizabeth City State University. and we look forward to filling your hotels and supporting your local businesses. Now, I know there are many of you, other than those that I mentioned, who have worked in different capacities to make sure that this event is a wonderful event. So I wanted to also not only greet you, but to say thank you. Now, to our athletic director, Derek Johnson, our Coach Tiller, the Viking football team, the ECSU Marching Sounds of Class, the Delight cheerleaders, and the awesome Viking fans, I know you're ready to meet Winston-Salem State University on the gridiron. Now, there's a couple of reasons I want you to be ready. Not only because it's our classic and we're in this wonderful city, but because Chancellor Robinson is a bit over-competitive, in my opinion. So we have this thing going, okay, I get an Apple Watch. Chancellor Robinson has to get a better Apple Watch. So he actually has been close to torturing me about this upcoming classic. And in fact, he sent me a message that for our alumni, we better hurry up and get to the game if we want to get a seat, because the Rams alumni would be there. So, A.D. Johnson, Coach Tiller, we have some work to do. But most of all, to all of us, we need to remember that there are 5 to 17-year-olds that are dreaming about going to college, and they'll be coming to the Classic, and they'll be watching the game. You know, they may have their eyes on the football players, on the cheerleaders, and all the excitement, but they'll associate that with going to college, earning a degree for a better professional career, and in general, a better way of life. And that is really why we're all here. We're just gonna have some fun while we do it. So now, hopefully, our young people will consider Elizabeth City State University, that has 28 undergraduate programs and 4 graduate programs to study in a number of areas, which include, by the way, aviation science. We're the only one in the state that has that program. But in the case they don't choose ECSU, I guess it's okay for them to consider Winston-Salem State. But either way, we want to make sure that they know that North Carolina has the best university system and that there are options. Now, Chancellor Robinson, I get to ask you this as part of your introduction. Are you ready for some football? Come on up.
Good morning, everyone. I am simply delighted to be in Rocky Mount. Mr. Mayor, you have a wonderful city, and we are delighted to bring the Winston-Salem State University family here for the Down East Classic. This is very important for all of us. It's very important for Elizabeth City State and Winston-Salem State University. It gives us an opportunity to showcase our great universities. It gives us a chance to come together as a family, because we're about educating folks in the state of North Carolina and beyond to get a high-quality education. And if you don't know it, these are 2 great universities. We talk about the cost of higher education today. Both these universities are committed to keeping the cost low and providing an excellent educational experience for students. You may not know that Elizabeth City State University was voted the best value in order to get an education, and that's something very important and substantial. And so what we're doing here in terms of Winston-Salem State University, we were ranked the #1 HBCU in the state by choice in terms of students who want to go on and get a quality education. And so what you have here is you have 2 great universities that are committed to providing quality education. We're delighted to come here and showcase it in Rocky Mount, Mayor, a city that is definitely on the move. I've kept my eye on Rocky Mount, and under your leadership, I mean, this city has really done some wonderful things, and so we're excited to be here. This is a wonderful opportunity to showcase the CIAA, and we think that the CIAA has some great football, and we want to showcase that. But more than ever, we want to make sure that you see 2 quality universities coming together to do something quite special and something quite significant. It is much and it's larger than a football game. It is a gathering. It is an experience. It is an opportunity for alumni to come together and to talk about past experiences. So it'll be great. It really will be great. I am excited about this. Anytime that we get a chance to take WSSU on the road, we call it sometimes the We See Red Tour. And so you will certainly see red. We will paint Rocky Mount red. And I can't get into all of this about what I sent the chancellor or text messages of all of that. I simply said that we roll deep. If you know anything about Straight Outta Compton, we roll deep, and that means that we bring primarily 6,000 to 8,000, sometimes 10,000. So I guess we can't bring everybody, Mayor, unless you will commit to providing some seats for Elizabeth City State University. It is, and I'm delighted to share this experience. Chancellor Jones and I are coming in as new chancellors, and in fact, we were together about a week ago at a new President's Academy in San Diego. So got a chance to kind of be together. I really respect, what she's doing at Elizabeth City State University, and so I'm delighted. We're delighted. We're looking forward to the Classic, and we'll be back, and we'll be coming strong, and we'll have a really, really good time. And thanks all the WSSU alums for coming out and showing up, and we too have a good presence in this area. We have a strong alumni chapter in Rocky Mount. We've come down in this area for the We See Red Tour, so we're coming home as well to be with some of our alums and supporters of WSSU. I want to say one thing before the coach of WSSU comes up, because of Elizabeth City comes up, because he says a lot of things. And the last time that we were together, he said something that really disturbed me, so I have to put this out. Coach said that he looked at his schedule. This is for the WSSU alum. The coach said he looked at his schedule this year, and what he wanted to do was to schedule down. You know how most people schedule up with a difficult schedule? Coach said he scheduled down. And so I hope he wasn't talking about WSSU as one of those teams that he was scheduling down. I hope not, Coach, but we'll see. All right, let's see.
Stand up. Stand up to victory, Viking pride, Viking pride. Gosh, that's a hard act to follow. We are now sailing into the 18th year of the Down East Vikings Football Classic. Wow, 18 years of nothing but Viking pride. Mayor David Combs, the Down East Viking Football Classic Committee, and of course our sponsors, we thank you for all you do to ensure that the Classic will continue. And thank you so very much for bringing us to this wonderful, wonderful city to be a huge success with Viking. Can't hear you, Vikings. Chancellor Stacey Jones, we are so proud to have a First Lady to serve at Elizabeth City State University as the 10th captain of the mighty Vikings ship. You have already made a tremendous difference. We salute you with Viking pride. Mr. Derek Johnson, we welcome you as an athletic director. You jumped on the Viking ship just as it was about to leave to sail into Rocky Mount and to help the Vikings to prepare to dock in Rocky Mount with Viking pride for the 18th Down East Vikings Football Classic. Stand up to victory, Viking pride. Chancellor Elwood Robinson, welcome. And Ms. Tanya Walker, Athletic Director. We welcome you. We are so excited to have you and the Rams to be a part of the Classic. We salute you. Coach Kenneth Borwell, we also welcome and salute you and the Winston-Salem State University Rams. We look forward to having you on this 18th Down East Vikings Football Classic. Fantastic voyage. Coach Weberly Tiller, head coach of the mighty, mighty Vikings, you never cease to amaze us as you continue to sail into this remarkable city of love, standing up to victory with Viking pride, Viking pride, Viking pride. Mr. Peter Varney, thank you for coming aboard the Viking ship and darkening Rocky Mount, as well to bring a message to us on behalf of the Nash County Tourism Development Authority. We also appreciate all you do for the city of Rocky Mount. And as you stated, Mr. Robbie Davis is out of town, and you so graciously accepted the invitation to come to us today. Again, Dr. Claudia Mackey, we know, is one of the co-founders, along with Dr. Edward McLean. With encouragement from our city manager, Charles Penny, we salute you. Viking pride, Viking pride. And now I would like to share with you briefly, as was stated earlier, that it's not just a football game. That's on Saturday, but we start on Wednesday. And our youth is our top priority because they are our future. On Wednesday, it will be a quiz bowl, September 23rd, and the ECSU recruitment reception. And on Thursday, of course, with invitation only, we usually have an affair to thank the sponsors for supporting us. And on Friday will be the Down East Vikings football golf challenge. And that's at 10 a.m. And at 5:30, the athletic banquet. And that's invitation only. And as you said, I hope that we have enough room for you, for Winston-Salem State. And on Saturday, of course, is the tailgating party. And if you have not ever attended that, it's priceless. The recruitment, Elizabeth City State University recruitment reception at 9 o'clock on Saturday, and at 3 p.m., the Down East Vikings Football Classic pregame ceremony. And then, of course, at 4 o'clock. Viking pride, Viking pride.
I almost feel like I need to make closing remarks because everything has already been said. So you all ready for some football? Yeah. If we could play today, I think Chancellor Jones and Chancellor Robinson would be ready, wouldn't you say? Good morning from Ram Country and from the WSSU family. It's really great to be here. To the Honorable Mayor David Combs, to Chancellor Stacey Jones and the Elizabeth City State University family, thank you for the warm reception and thank you for the opportunity to participate in the game. Like everyone has said, it's not about a football game. It's about how we deposit Winston-Salem State and Elizabeth City State University into the community, because ultimately, hopefully, they will one day become alumni who are sitting out in the audience, continuing to embrace this great event. This is the first year that the Rams and the Vikings have met in this event, but it's not the first year. It's been 56 years of rivalry games and matchups dating back to 1940. And what this does for the Rams is it gives us great exposure. It's great exposure for our alumni, we have a great saturation of alumni who are here. It's great to add on to the experience of our current student athletes, but it puts Winston-Salem State University out there for the youth to see the opportunities that exist in Ram Country. And so that's what it's about for us. I promise you one thing, we will definitely paint the city red. And as Chancellor Robinson said, we hope there's room for Elizabeth City State University because we're definitely going to do our part. We're fortunate for this opportunity. We anticipate a great event. We anticipate an exciting, electrifying game, and we know that it will do nothing more than garner a great atmosphere for football. Thank you.
Woke up this morning prepared for a press conference, ended up with a heavyweight battle weigh-in. Thanks to Dr. Jones kicking off the official football season. Rocky Mount, we're honored to be invited to this game. Looking at this trophy here, I noticed that I've participated in coaching in 4 of the previous Down East Classics. And as a coach on the sidelines, I've always looked out and saw that there was more participation out at the tailgating spots than there were people inside the stands, and the stands were still full. So, as far as the participation and the anticipated crowd from both sides, you couldn't ask for a better draw between Winston-Salem State University and Elizabeth City State University. Looking forward to meeting with Coach Tiller again. I hate playing that guy, across the sidelines because his teams are always ready and prepared. But, we'll be prepared also. But this was a good opportunity for us to come down east to do some recruitment as well, to get some exposure for both teams. And we look forward to a good game. Thanks.
Thank you again, and give our chancellors a great hand. I want to have them put these helmets on right now. They really kick off well. Thank you to the city of Rocky Mount for having us. Mayor Combs, thank you. All around campus at ECSU, I hear the stories now that are leading us up to the Down East Classic. Stories about tailgates, stories about who had the best ribs, stories about the cars that are coming in, the people that are flocking to the gates and trying to get into the game. This is my first time at the Down East Classic. So Winston-Salem, I'm looking forward to you all painting the city red, but know that ECSU Vikings will be there to paint the city blue as well. So in saying that, we have a lot of events. The golf challenge, make sure you paint that city red in that golf challenge. We have the game. Make sure you paint that city red at that game, because the ECSU Vikings will be there to complement that red with the royal blue. In saying that, I'd like to thank the Down East Classic staff for their tremendous efforts in making sure that this event, the logistics are going off plan. Dr. Jones, we are ready. We are ready. We strive for excellence in our staff, the Down East Committee. I'd like to thank our sponsors for supporting this event. Again, Dr. Mackey sitting back there, 18 years. Give Dr. Mackey a hand. I mean, that's impressive to really come up with this type of event and to see that through for 18 years. Dr. Mackey's sitting in the back, but he's always in the forefront when we're doing some planning. So again, thank you, Dr. Mackey. Julia, you mentioned the Viking ship. And I came on as we were leaving, and I kind of grasped it like this. I was holding on as we were leaving, but I got on that ship, and we're here. And again, we're going to strive for excellence. No matter what the outcome of this game, each and every person that's come up here said this game is truly about showcasing these schools and also displaying something for these kids to see that they can be a Viking, they can be a Ram. And that's the true essence of what this classic means. And we need everybody to support this classic. So in leaving, how many of you got your tickets? I need to see some hands up. That means we need to sell some tickets here. I'm gonna look, is this camera on right here? Come buy your tickets. Thank you.
Good morning. Y'all hear me out there? Okay. Yes, the stage has been set. It's time for some football. Nothing else needs to be said. It just bring the game on. And I always like to say that it is not just about the football game, but it's about the event for the community, to bring everyone together. And that's why we've been here so long, because people love Viking football here in Rocky Mount. And we want to keep that tradition alive as long as we can. A lot of things been said up here today, but I'm going to tell you, I got two gentlemen over here who may have something to say about the outcome of that game come September 26th. From Rocky Mount Senior, DeLacio Bartlett, right tackle. Stand up, DeLacio. You're all right, stay right there. Freshman, offensive guard, also from Rocky Mount Senior, C.J. Bethel. You can have a seat. Just let you know that, we're constantly recruiting in the area. We're about student athletes. They got to want to come to Elizabeth City State. You know, we get out there, we knock on doors, we talk to mamas and grandmamas. Look, send your child to Elizabeth State University. They have a great coach there and a guy named Waverly Tiller. He's going to take care of you. If you don't get anything else, you're going to get a degree. But y'all haven't seen anything yet, Winston-Salem. When you come to Rocky Mount Stadium on game day, well, you can see the love and the compassion spread all over the field. I think they're going to open up part of the complex that they never opened up before just to accommodate you guys. So don't be bashful. Come on, 10, 12, 50, 20,000. Bring them on. We're going to have enough tickets, and we're going to have enough parking space, even though if you can't get in the game, just listen to the loudspeaker. They always, get on me about, telling a story or two, but today is no different. At the media day for the CIAA, I talked about, the brick walls of Jericho tumbling down. And I alluded that to Virginia State University. As they, being champion last year, you got to give them their respect, and it's all about that. But today, I'm reminded of a story about one of those bricks. And I'm going to allude that to Winston-Salem State University. Listen carefully. Guy walking down the street, past construction site. Voice came out of nowhere. Said, don't take another step. One of them bricks gonna fall. Hit you in the head, you're gonna die. Guy looked around, kept on walking. As he proceeded down the street, he got ready to step off the curb. The voice hollered out, stop! Don't take another step. If you do, a car can run over and kill you. All of a sudden, the car came, barely missed him. The guy got curious, said, who are you? Where are you? The voice said, I'm your guardian angel. The guy said, oh, yeah? Where you going to be on September 26th when we run into them Vikings?
Thank you all for your remarks today. It's always a good-spirited rivalry. What I want to know, though, do you have a bet between each other? You got to come up with something here. Not yet, but you're working on that. Okay. All right. The winner's got to get something from the other chancellor here. You've already got Apple Watches, so that won't, you can't do that. Yeah, of course. Couple of things here. I want to thank in advance all the departments of the city of Rocky Mount for what they do for this event. Our police department, our fire department, our parks and recreation department. When the game's over, somebody's got to clean up. The city of Rocky Mount crews are out there cleaning up. They do a great job of supporting this game in every fashion from beginning to end. So our public information director makes sure the information's out there. So all of our department heads, all of our departments inside the city are involved in this event. And in advance, I want to thank our staff for what the time and effort that they put in here. There are also other committee members that put a lot of work into this, the Viking Classic Committee. I want to thank them. And I want to thank the fans that show up. This could be our biggest, best Viking Classic ever, and it's only because the fans come, they appreciate this day, and it's a great partnership that we've developed between Elizabeth City State University and the City of Rocky Mount. So again, on behalf of the City of Rocky Mount, thank you all for coming today, and remember, September the 26th. Thank you for being here.